Alrighty, there. Now, hello and welcome. My name's Kevin. This is Do It for Bruce. We're here in Victoria 3, a game that I consistently disdain to play, but have chosen to do anyways. Hope you're all doing well. It is April 15th, the year of our Bruce 2025. Hope all is going manageable for you guys. It's tax day in the United States. Kevin's already done his taxes, so good thing the IRS won't hopefully come for me this year. Me and Menace, welcome in. Dream Player, welcome in. Best Paradox game, honestly. Lol. I think I would agree that it is a decent Paradox game, minus the one biggest flaw, which is the military or warfare mechanics. If the warfare mechanics were fixed, I think I would like it a lot better. Because right now, it just feels like a crapshoot. It just feels like a numbers game. There's no like rhyme or reason. Welcome in, Swimmy. Hope you're doing well. It just feels like every time I try to do something with the military, I think I have the advantage, but then the game's like, just kidding. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. Maybe that's just my naivete. And we're going to try to focus in on our military this episode by trying to get it much larger than our counterparts, because we're going to, if we're actually going to form the Roman Empire, which we're not actually able to, but if we're going to form more than just the eastern half, I think we're going to have to really start cooking there. As you can see, we own pretty much the Eastern Roman Empire plus Persia. The hard thing is, there's just the major powers coming against us would be so tough. The Russians, the Austrians, and the French, Spanish technically are still a major power, but I think we can crush them. We can crush them all individually, but I think as soon as we try to do any sort of like conquest, a lot of the other powers come to their aid. But we'll see. Like Tuscany and two Sicilies, it's fine. We could probably take out these guys. I'm not sure why one of our members would join, but there's that. And then we can also attack the French. I think the French might be the move. At least their lands here in North Africa. We could try to take them on, but it looks like the United States would join them. Same with Scandinavia, Bavaria, and New Granada, which is, I think, Colombia. As for Spain, I think we have a peace deal with them. Portugal, just quietly just get a part of Portugal, just take a little morsel out of them. Looks like we could feasibly do that. One of our vassals would join on against them. We would have to naval invade, and I'm not sure if our navy is bigger than theirs. It is significantly bigger, so that might be a good way to get a toehold in Portugal, so that we can then expand into Spain and stuff like this. These two are technically a part of our coalition. So as soon as we're able to, I'm gonna try to make them like reduce the autonomy and do all that stuff with them. I think if I could see it diplomacy wise, yeah, they want to be out of this agreement as soon as possible. So probably would make sense to get those guys on our side. Offer military assistance. I don't really want to pay for your militaries, but we'll see. You need Britain to do Gibraltar. Yeah, I think the hard thing about Britain is we've had a pretty solid relationship with them, and they've been our like number one like guy. They're friendly to us. They're genial. They're also going on like a tear of their own. The infamy that is happening is absolutely insane. So if anything, it would be great to keep the British and North Germany on our side as long as possible. And even maybe use them for conquests. I was thinking of maybe taking over two Sicilies too, seeing as they are kind of like ripe for conquest. So I was going to build up our navy and lick our wounds from our previous war before we get too crazy. But yeah, hopefully that happens. We got a new exiled person, right? This exile system seems janky as all get out. I don't really quite understand how it works or why it works the way it works, but It is something. Unfortunately, we still have the Sultan in charge. We still have slavery on the books. We don't have a lot of rights for our people. Like poor laws aren't a thing. Wage subsidies aren't a thing. But it looks like we can do another power block thing. We can add a new principle, which I don't know which one we would do. Foreign investment, that's not really what we want. We're probably gonna do military stuff. So that would make anything that gives us increased military. 33 infrastructure per 100k, maximum infrastructure per population. Don't puppet Italy states, only annex. They will steal your states in unification otherwise. Okay, gotcha. Institution size change speed for education plus this. Company throughputs. Ooh. Company throughputs bonuses, infrastructure, and then infrastructure this. I don't really know what bonuses would make the most sense. Maybe the militarized industrial industries, artillery, foundries, military shipyards, throughput, war machine throughputs, just getting those all the way up would probably do good. Especially because this back half is going to be more and more expensive. Do advanced research. Advanced research. All right, where's advanced research? Let's see. Oh, this one disallows no schools. Institution size change speed for education minus cost for education. Technology spread. Sure. We can do that one. Our power block could get probably to the next one. I think we are 4th in line, and most of that's coming from us. The cohesion of the block is pretty good. All the members are pretty much under our thumb one way or another. I wonder if we could get anybody like these guys to join the power block, or if they're already, yeah, it looks like the British, I just don't understand how they're able to get around all this like infamy. Is it just because the new patch, for whatever reason, they're just like, yeah, our Navy's so badass that you can't touch us? It just feels like they cook. They do the cooking, they do the eating, they do all the winning and such. Okay. I would like to attack the French, but it looks like the Americans, the stinky Americans are so, for some reason have a defensive pact? Or what? Protectorate, defensive pact. Yeah, they have a defensive pact with the British and the French. So if we could somehow angle that to stop being true, the Americans probably don't want to be our friends. 40 reasons in different power blocks, number of Americans defensive pacts, power projected compared to ours. So if anything, we need to get our military up, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to do this. It looks like this isn't gonna happen. So let's just stop trying to pass rights to assemble for a little while, because it looks like everybody's not interested in passing that law. As for some child labor laws, can we do restricted? People say yes, but not part of our laws. Enactment success is 0, because why? The people who want it to happen aren't in government. How soon until we have another election? Does it say? We could start a fight with the Sunni majority. They would hate this idea of a total separation. It would weaken their resolve and their strength. Looks like we could do controlled migration. I don't know. The British power bloc has colonial efforts, which allows to reduce infamy towards unrecognized nations. That makes more sense why they're able to just like kind of get in there and do whatever they want. Laws without government support. Wow. Okay. So we don't got a lot of laws. National Guard, secret police, guaranteed liberty is not happening. Public health is fine. Dedicated police is fine. Homestead instead of tenant farmers, because that's just gonna make this. Somehow slavery still not bannable. Everybody likes it. We want proportionate tax probably soon, but it seems like nobody cares for that either. And private schools, nobody wants to pass that, and public schools, nobody wants to pass that. So it's probably, we just gotta have to wait until our next election to maybe start to pass something, because all those seem inept, not able to happen. No migration control. What is the difference between these two? Just migration restriction, leverage resistance. Okay. Censorship. Everybody really likes censorship. At least the people in power do. Go for a professional army. Yeah, I would say that's what we need to, but unfortunately, we don't have the military or the rural in power, so hopefully they gain more footholds. I'm trying to improve the Liberal Party movement so that we can get some more of that stuff, like right to assemble and guaranteed liberties. But we'll see. For the most part, we're in a happy medium. Nobody's too angry except for 12 million people, but those people don't matter. The radicalized people, they don't matter. Yeah. So we'll see how this is going. I'm trying to get another company so that we can take on the the Suez Canal company, because we're just leaving money on the table. Is there a tech that gives us that? Because I feel like there should be a tech that gives more companies. Is it this one? Steel frames? Infrastructure? No. Is it nationalism? No, that's authority. Socialism? Nope. Cameras? Nope. Anarchies? No. Human rights, maybe? Identification or multi-funded? What do we have here, Victoria? Yes, Paul, welcome back. National militia, not bad meme is right. You're a wide boy. Just a wide boy. I would add military and go pro-army. Yeah. I mean, at this point, that's probably what we need to do, especially because we're going to be fighting lots of people. I would think, if I'm to be honest, I think we should go after Austria and then take this northern parts of their lands. Maybe go 1, 2, 3 so that we can start boarding the Italians, because I don't really want to do naval invasions. I'm not too sure if that's going to be the best route for us. Let's promote this guy. All of a sudden we have a shit ton of bureaucracy. I don't know where all that went. Oh, it's because we did that one institution. So now we can expand here, which is good. Race segregation. No, everybody, we just want to go backwards and not forward, which is tough. Do you recommend it? I would say there are a lot of good things about Victoria. I personally don't love this game. There are a lot of things that are confusing and unnecessarily difficult. And if you want a Paradox game that is gonna be mostly an economic builder, it's good for that. But other than that, I think there are much more interesting things you could be doing. Local governor will be forced our hands. Denied promotion. Who is this man? Oh, he's the market liberal guy. We want him to be liked even further, so we can put him in power. But he is not accepted at greater or equal to 60 opinion. So we gotta wait until that happens, I guess. So why does this keep not doing mutual funds and tech? That comes from it. Okay, so we can add mutual funds after. Or is it investment banking? Let's do this. We should look at our production of, I think fertilizer now can be used in more places so that we can get even more food. Because our food resources, as always, are forever and again at strain, because we need to feed our growing populace of how many people live here? 71 million people? It's kind of small, to be honest. Feels like there should be a lot more people. How many people live in Great Britain? 51 million. The US 48 million. Okay, so we're pretty big. What about Russia? So we're on par with Russia. I mean, I've played Vic 2, lol, not Vic 2. Paul, thank you for the gifts. You said you wanted more companies, so look at the tech that comes from mutual. Yeah. I'll add it to that. All right, so if we were to feasibly start conquering lands, the Austrians would get the Scandinavians, and Tuscany, Two Sicilies, Circa, and the Papacy would all join. The other guys wouldn't. I don't know why the Russians wouldn't join, but I think we can. How strong is the Austrian forces? If we're being realistic, they got 190. We got 255. Let's go ahead and just get some more everything across the board. I'm not sure what the breakdown of your units should be, like how much RD versus how much Cav versus how many other things, but we can do that. Is France at war with Germany? Deck on them for Oceania. Unfortunately, they have the that's not Oceania. I don't know why I just said it that way. Unfortunately, the Americans would join them. And I don't think I could take both France and the Americans, as well as all these other people, unless I got Great Britain on side. Because right now the Americans have the second largest force with 103 battalions. But let's look at their battalions and see if they're actually like good or if it's just numbers that they have. They got skirmishers and they got artillery. They got the nicer artillery too, because artillery is just mobile. We need to get shrapnel. Breech loading artillery is on our to-do list. It's next. I'm going to take E4. I'm scared how many hours I have on it. That makes sense. I mean, we have not a lot of money coming in, but it also, we have a bunch of credit that we could use. We have 121 million credit, so at this point, it's kind of like, it's interesting. We're also trying to get more boats wherever possible. More boats, motorboats, 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 motorboats. Is there a way you can see when the next election is coming? I feel like I rarely get that information. Can I make my son abdicate? He's loved though. He's 37, expensive, direct, influence. Interesting. All right. I really wish we could take advantage of this. I think it would, if we had more of a border, it'd be nice, but might be worth it. I don't think you have elections. We do have elections, brother. We have census suffrage. So every so often we have people go in. Why not force Austria to release Hungary? How much info maybe do we get for this? Does it say? Doesn't really say. So right now, Tuscany would join, Two Sicilies would join, Papacy would join. We stream on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok all at once. It's same channel name, Do It For Bruce, on all three. Release costs nothing. Oh, so you're saying I should release them and then cause them to join us? Why not? Take the shot. What's the worst that can happen? They're gonna be like, this is the worst that can happen, Kevin. We didn't really look at the army composition of these guys, but we'll check it out in a second. Let's do Mobilize, raise conscripts, send them to this front. Same with these guys. Mobilize. Mobilize. Oh, sorry. Mobilize, send them to this front. We're gonna keep these guys in reserve. We're gonna mobilize them, but we're gonna naval invade right here just to be a spicy meatball. We just want to release this, and then we have claims on Transylvania. Interesting. Good to know. I wanted to look at the Austrian army real quick and see what they got. So they got the nicer artillery, but we have the numbers, I think. We are more numerous than they. I'm gonna mobilize these guys, but put them only in defensive mode. I'm gonna go here. It's called Victoria 3. You can send the first army to the front. I thought I did. Should we add a goal of like war reps to Austria just to get that, and then can we add transfer subject of? I don't really give a shit about Württemberg. Get treaty ports in Montenegro. We don't really need that. We could liberate another country like Croatia. So you're saying that's the way to go about getting a bunch of people to get a bunch of, not free, but easier lands to join you. More people to, more access to random stuff. What am I trying to say? I'm literally just trying to say, is this the easier way to like liberate land and then capture it later, making it a protectorate or something like that? All right. We'll see how this goes. Right now they have offense, defense. Their offense is slightly better, but we're gonna open another front up to see how that goes. The British say no because they don't want anything. Yeah. Still raising up our troops. We probably should just get as much conscripts as possible, right? Just let's make sure our units are good. They're good. They're good. These 12, we should add them to. Are they all the way upgraded? Yeah, mobilized. Yeah. I wish I know how to play this game. I loved playing Greece and Vicky 2 and conquered the Ottomans. I mean, I wish I knew how to play this game. Put your army at the front and defend to offensive when you're navally landing. Sorry. Put your army at the front on defense and then to offense when you navally. Okay, I see what you're saying. So we should just not push, make them push into us. And then we'll have these guys pop off. We can send these, mobilize these guys too.